In this video, I'll discuss about lumped system analysis in heat transfer, covering what is meant by a lumped system, when can lumped system analysis be used, what is a mathematical formulation, and other important quantities including time constant. Lumped system analysis is a short but important topic as there are a lot of numericals asked on this topic in GATE, mostly for 2 marks. So watch the entire video and get prepared for scoring those 2 marks in GATE exam. In heat transfer analysis, many times the bodies can be idealized to behave like a lump. That is, the temperature distribution within the body is uniform and then the temperature of the body depends only on time. This makes it much easier to do the heat transfer analysis. So let's consider this with the help of 2 examples. First, think of a copper ball which is just removed from an oven. Now suppose its temperature is at 60 degrees centigrade. Then we can say that all points within the copper ball will also be at 60 degrees centigrade. And as time passes by and its temperature falls down, suppose the surface reaches a temperature of 50 degrees centigrade, then once again we can say that all points within the copper ball will also be at 50 degrees centigrade. Now look at the other extreme of this. Consider a baked potato. Now before you try to peel it off, what you would like to do is run some water on it so that the surface cools down and your hands don't burn as you try to peel it off. And as you begin to peel it off, you realize that the inside of the potato is still hotter though the surface had cooled down. So here we see that there is a temperature difference between the surface of the potato and the inside of the potato, whereas in case of copper ball, there was no temperature difference arising. Even if there was, there is going to be only a negligible temperature difference. So we cannot apply lumped system analysis to something like a baked potato. So let's now try and understand the mathematical criterion to understand when can we apply the lumped system analysis. The criterion for using lumped system analysis is Biot number, which is denoted as Bi, and it is defined as H into Lc upon K, where Lc is the characteristic length, which is the ratio of volume to the surface area of the body. Now, there are different ways of looking at this Biot number definition. One is, Biot number is the ratio of convection at the surface of the body to the conduction within the body. The other way to look at Biot number is the ratio of conduction resistance within the body to convection resistance at the surface of the body. So we have now seen the definition of Biot number. So let's try and understand it further. First, it is the ratio of convection at the surface of body to the conduction within the body. So let's try and relate this with the example of copper ball that we discussed earlier. So what do you think should be Biot number for lumped system analysis to be applicable? Whether it should be very high or whether it should be very low. So just think of it. So what is happening in case of a copper ball is that the rate of conduction within the body is very high, and that is why you are not getting any temperature difference being set up. Right? So for lumped system analysis to be applicable, we want that the convection at the surface of the body should be much lesser as compared to the conduction within the body. Because if the convection at the surface is much larger as compared to conduction within the body, you will have a large temperature difference which will be set up within the body. This is what exactly happens in case of a baked potato. So we want the Biot number to be as small as possible. Let's see if the other definition also means the same thing. So we have Biot number is the ratio of conduction resistance within the body to convection resistance at the surface of the body. So we want the Biot number to be as small as possible, which would mean that the conduction resistance should be much smaller as compared to the convection resistance. So once again, when the conduction resistance is much smaller, you have a large conduction happening, and that is why you don't get a temperature difference which gets set up inside the body. And when the convection resistance is large enough, you'll have the convection being happening at a lower rate as compared to conduction. So both the definitions are trying to say the same thing, that you need to have a very good conduction within the body and a very poor convection at the surface. Ideally, if we want the temperature distribution within the body to be uniform, that is, there is no temperature difference, then in that case the conduction resistance within the body should be 0. However, that is not possible because then in that case the conductivity of the body needs to be infinitely high. And generally, a Biot number which is less than or equal to 0.1 is taken as the criterion to apply lumped system analysis. Now let's understand the mathematical formulation of lumped system analysis. Suppose we have a body which has a density of rho, specific heat C, volume V, surface area As, and an initial temperature of Ti. Let's say it is kept in an environment which has temperature T infinity and a heat transfer coefficient of H. What we will be interested in is knowing what is its temperature at any given instant of time. As we already discussed, in lumped system analysis, the temperature of the body is going to be a function of time only. Now in heat transfer, many times even small t is used to denote temperature. So to avoid any confusion, I am denoting time with a symbol tau. Now if T infinity is larger, then the heat is going to flow into the body and then the internal energy of the body will increase. So by conservation of energy, heat transfer into the body during a time interval will be equal to increase in internal energy of the body during the same time interval. So what will be the heat transferred into the body during a time d tau? It will be simply h into A into T infinity minus T multiplied by the time interval d tau. And this will be equal to the increase in internal energy of the body. So that will be equal to mc dt. So we say that during a time interval d tau, the temperature of the body changes by dt. Now this m can be written as the product of density and volume. So this m will be replaced with rho v. So what we'll now do is write temperature and time terms on different sides. So now integrating both sides. So as we integrate, we'll have integral dt by t minus t infinity equal to integral minus has by rho vc d tau. Now looking at the limits of this integral, when time tau is 0, we have the body to be at its initial temperature Ti. At any time instant tau, its temperature is T. So these are the limits of integration. At time t equal to 0, we'll have temperature Ti, and at any instant tau, the temperature of the body is T. So performing the integration and substituting the limits, we'll end up with, we get log of t minus t infinity upon Ti minus t infinity is equal to minus has upon rho vc into tau. This t is nothing but what we had seen earlier, that is t as a function of time. Another way of writing this equation would be t minus t infinity upon Ti minus t infinity equal to exponential of minus has by rho vc into time. We obtained these relations for temperature variation of the body when lumped system analysis is applied. So let's now see how these temperature variations look graphically. So here we have a graph where T infinity is larger than the initial temperature, that is, the body is kept in a hotter environment. So T infinity is a constant with time, and as we see, the temperature of the body approaches that temperature of the surrounding exponentially. That is what these expressions are telling us. Now let's look at the graph when the body is placed in a colder environment. So this is how the graph would look. T infinity which remains constant with time, and then the temperature of the body approaches the temperature of the surrounding exponentially once again. So as we see in both the graphs, the temperature difference is very large initially, and as time passes by, the temperature difference becomes smaller and smaller. We see that the maximum temperature difference happens at the initial time instant, that is tau equal to 0. So these are the few things that you can observe from this graph, and this is how the temperature variation looks graphically. Now when we study lumped system analysis, we can also define something known as a time constant. There has even been a question in GATE in which time constant was given. So now let's see what exactly this means. We have the temperature distribution given by us. Suppose we denote the time constant with the notation tau star. Then the time constant is nothing but the reciprocal of the term that we see over here, that is rho vc upon h into As. Now what is the significance of this time constant? So suppose time constant for a problem is 10 seconds, and we are interested in knowing the temperature variation after exactly 10 seconds has passed. So how will the variation look? So we'll have t minus t infinity upon Ti minus t infinity is equal to exponential of. So this, what we have seen over here is 10 seconds and we have a reciprocal of that over here. So this will be 1 by 10. And now we are interested in knowing the temperature variation after exactly 10 seconds. So we'll substitute that over here. So what we get is nothing but e raised to minus 1. And this is approximately equal to 0.368. So this gives t minus t infinity is 0.368 times of Ti minus T infinity. So what do we understand from this equation? So after a time equal to one time constant has elapsed, the temperature difference, that is T minus T infinity, becomes 0.368 times the initial temperature difference. That is, it becomes 36.8% of the initial temperature difference. So in one time constant, in a time interval of one time constant, the temperature difference is actually reducing by 63.2%. So this is what we essentially mean by time constant. Once we have the temperature variation, we can find out a few other quantities like rate of heat transfer at any time instant tau. It will be given by this expression. So at any given instant of time, the rate of heat transfer is the rate at which convection will take place, and this T over here will be the temperature at that time instant. Another quantity that can be obtained is amount of heat transfer till a time tau has elapsed. That will be the amount of heat transferred from or into the body and will be given by this expression. Here again, this T of tau is the temperature at that time instant and Ti is the initial temperature of the body. And what we can also find out is the maximum amount of heat transfer. Now, maximum amount of heat transfer will take place when the body temperature approaches the surrounding temperature. Of course, this will happen when infinitely long amount of time has elapsed. So Qmax will be given by this expression. That's it for this video. If you like the content presented in the video, do give a like and consider sharing it with others. If you wish to have such videos on any specific topic, let us know in comments below. If you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, subscribe now and hit the bell icon so that you get notified about our new videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.